Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So what I have here is an aftermarket rear lip that we're going to be installing today. Now, I purchased this on eBay. This is made for the 1990 to 91 Civic Hatchback, so it does not fit the 88 to 89, only the 1990 to 91. Now, this lip is made in Taiwan. I think it's the same lip as Icon Motorsports used to sell. So there's various sellers on eBay because this lip actually just keeps selling out and then different people keep stocking it. So one of the things is I've been eyeing this lip for years now, and it was really cheap back a few years ago, but then now it's kind of skyrocketed in price. And a lot of people probably don't know this, but it's very expensive now for one of these lips. And I finally decided I'm going to pull the trigger and I'm going to get this lip because I want my car to have a rear lip. The reason why I want a rear lip is because back when I had my fully converted EF9, I had the JDM rear bumper with the rear lip, and I like that look. And I feel like it's a little bit naked on this car without something like that on the car. And it's perfect that eBay sells a lip that's kind of like a replica of that. It doesn't look anything like the EF9 rear lip, by the way. But it does match the car. It kind of matches the front OEM lip in a way. So if you guys are interested in one of these, you have to check eBay and see if you can find any sellers that are selling one. Today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to install these with some actual M6 and M6 bolts and nuts instead of using the self-tappers that it comes with. You can install with the self-tappers, but I find it more clean using bolts and nuts instead. So we are going to be drilling bigger holes on the lip and on the bumper so that we can bolt this on. So let's get started. Alright guys, so I've unpackaged the rear lip. This is what it looks like. It completely matches the curves on this bumper. It comes with self-tapping screws. I did notice that on the edges of these lips, it gets really narrow here. So we probably have to use a couple self-tapping screws, but not that many. We're going to try and use these M6 nuts and bolts that I purchased just to install this lip. As you can see on here, it's got a lot of surface, so we're going to try and drill holes like closer to the edge here so that we can bolt it right up to the bumper. But we're going to try the installation with the bumper on the car. And then, so we'll have to raise up the rear end of the car for sure. If I have trouble, I'm probably going to have to pull the bumper off and we'll do it off the car afterwards. I just don't want to pull it off because the rear bumper bar is quite heavy. Anyways, let's get started. Alright, we're going to start off with this end section here first, the smaller section. So let's see here how this fits. Yeah, this actually lines up pretty good. This side section will need like a little bit of clamping force to hold it in place. But once this section is held in, should be good. So I'm going to probably drill it right in the middle here to start, and then measure out another section here. Yeah, probably two sections there, and then a self-tapper over here would work. So we're gonna just mark it off first. We'll drill the holes on this lip so that we can have the holes ready, and then we'll just use a marker and mark it on this bumper so that we could drill as well. So like I said, I'm gonna start off maybe right here, and then another one right about here. Just make sure it's straight. Yep. And then the self-tapper could go somewhere around here. I won't do any lining up here because we're not drilling any hole for the self-tapper. All right, with that drilled, I'm just gonna get a little punch and just mark it so that we can drill center. Right there. And right here. 2 holes. Let's get the right drill bit. Let's mark off the holes on this bumper now so that we can start drilling. Alright, there you go. I've marked the 2 with the Sharpie so that we could center punch it. part that needs to be probably self-tapped around the edge here, and then it would be sitting pretty good. I've got a couple screws and bolts already bolted down, so now it's just mainly a self-tapper here. There we go. So just look at how it looks like from the bottom. There's the self-tapper. I may put a clip on the bumper, one of those clips where it holds it in, and that way you can just screw it in and it tightens instead of holding onto a piece of plastic. All right, let's just mark off the bolts that we need on here before we mark it off on the bumper. Okay, so it looks like we could put 7 across, probably. Maybe 8. 8 across, yeah. And then we'll measure out all the way across, however many. Let's say 5 inches, I guess. Yeah, 5 inches. All right, 5 inches works, I think. All right, now we're gonna pierce this whole lip, and then we're just gonna drill out all those holes. Mark it on the bumper. Similar process, but we have to do this probably one bolt at a time, I think. Now I should be able to mark a few more. Now we can bolt it all up. Alright, looks pretty good so far. So the only thing left is just this one corner, which we'll need to self-tap. There we go. Perfect. Alright guys, so I'm under the car just to show you guys how I mounted them. So one self-tapper there. And it goes all the way around. So it looks super clean. None of that self-tapping all the way around. You can use the self-tapping if you wanted to. Like I said, want it to be much more clean. And this looks clean. It's bolted on. It's fastened. Almost like OEM, but not really, but almost. Check it out, guys. The lip is fully installed now. We did all clean install using bolts and nuts. We only used 2 of the self-tapping screws. Everything's stainless steel hardware. So it shouldn't rust. It should last quite a long time, and it came out really clean the way that I installed it. Took a bit of time because you got to mark each hole, but it's all perfectly aligned and everything. I ended up using 11 nuts and bolts and 2 self-tapping screws, so that made it fit perfectly. So if you guys are interested in one of these lips, you guys have to keep searching on eBay. I've even seen on eBay where they sell a package deal, a front and rear lip together, but I only needed the rear lip because I like having an OEM SI lip for my front. But yeah, you have to keep searching. Different sellers keep popping up for and selling these lip kits. But it fits pretty good, as you can see. It looks fantastic. Anyways, hope this video helps you guys out. If you haven't already, please comment, like, and subscribe, and share my videos. As always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.